unbeaten run in Bundesliga play and longer than that in domestic German football play. These are the stats. It's Leipzig who brought that run to an end. And this is exactly what they have brought to an end when you take a look at the longest unbeaten runs in Europe's top 5 leagues. It's Bayern Munich in 2012, 2013. This is since 2000. That stand ahead of all of them with 53. But Bayer Leverkusen were about to level PSG's record, but Leipzig said no to that. Juventus, Arsenal, Liverpool, Barcelona, Chelsea, all in there as well when it comes to unbeaten records since the year 2000. Oh, Ali Moreno, what does this tell us? What did we learn?
Well, the same thing that we actually learned last weekend. Now, the difference between last weekend and this weekend for Bayer Leverkusen, last weekend they were leading the match. And they allow Mönchengladbach to come back into the match, and they stumble into a late match winner. And we said then, well, it's the magic of Bayer Leverkusen remains. Once again, they're leading 2-0. They allow a team to get back into the game. The difference is this is a better team in Leipzig. They can punish the mistakes. They punish a mistake. Eventually, they go up 3-2. And now the magic is no longer there because at some point, it runs out. At some point, Leverkusen is not going to be able to come back. And really, when you look at it, you're in full control of the match, 2-0, up at home, you're feeling confident, everything is going your way, and then you allow the goals that you allowed. And you're talking about the first goal for Leipzig, which is late in the first half, free run. Nobody picks him up. And you have to highlight the fact that Leverkusen is making mistakes defensively, because if there was one thing that people perhaps didn't talk about nearly as much last season, given that we were so concerned about the late game heroics, is that defensively they were lights out. Defensively, this is a team that only allowed 24 goals all of last season in Bundesliga. In two matches this season, they've already allowed 5 goals. So it's time for Xabi Alonso to get the attention of his players. It's difficult to do. It's difficult to do because now, because of their own success, they've created and put this target on them that wasn't there. That wasn't there before, and now it is. And so you saw Leipzig today, once the whistle blew, it's like they won the title. They're running around, arms up in the air, knees pointing to the sky, oh yes, because they just won one single game in Bundesliga. But it was one single game in Bundesliga against the defending champion, and that broke this winning streak or this undefeated streak. They have now become a target that they weren't before, and they better be ready for it. Otherwise, these things are going to continue to happen.
But it's also one game that 40 minutes in, they probably think they've lost. You're 2 down against the defending champions, and Leipzig, as good as they are, as high as the expectation for this season may be, I thought that, shut up shop here. Leverkusen are not going to let this go. I was disappointed in that. Okay, you concede right before half-time, but you've got that break for Xabi Alonso to address that, for everybody to kind of reset and come out for the second half. And the truth is, Leverkusen was second best in the second half. Leipzig had, at 1 goal, Openda had 1 disallowed for offside, as if that wasn't enough of a kind of warning shot from them. Leverkusen, but again, and maybe this is a lot of our fault, but when we see Leverkusen play and it comes down to the latter stages, we think, okay, now we're in for a game. When that luck had to run out. We've been seeing that all summer long. When you're 2 up, manage the game, control it. You do not let the opponent back in. For as good a story as it may be, scoring later on and snatching points, good teams do not let the opponent back in when you've got the game won. Leverkusen had the game won, and they simply threw it away. I fully understand Leipzig's kind of celebrations after the game, because not so long before, it felt like this was just another one of those evenings for them.
I think we shouldn't underestimate that this is going to be a bit of an exhale for Leverkusen losing this game. Because I remember a few years ago, back in the 80s, we equalled a record, a 35-game undefeated record. And I'm going to say for the first 32, 33, it was great, and we just kept playing, but then we started thinking about it. And a couple of days after we lost, and we actually lost to Everton in a Merseyside derby, which obviously we weren't happy about. But the following week, there was just, it was almost like something had been released, because everybody was talking about it. We weren't talking about it, but anybody you met, wherever you were, was talking about it. So I don't think you should underestimate that now there's going to be a little bit of a... and maybe they get back to basics.
Yeah, maybe so, and I agree with you, Stevie. But that would be great if they were playing again next week. However, there's an international break, so they're going to have to linger and think about this for a little while longer.
And guess what? Bayern Munich play tomorrow, and they can leapfrog them. And they can say, you can catch us now this season, Bayer Leverkusen. These are Saturday's Bundesliga results. Who was it who got sent off for Borussia Dortmund, Dele?
Nico Schlotterbeck.
Nico Schlotterbeck, 0-0 with Werder Bremen. Stuttgart still can't get a win this season, but we're only 2 games in. 3-3 it finished with Mainz. Yes,